What's up, guys? TLEW here with some information on the newest Battlefield 4 Easter egg. It's called Phantom Trainee, and if you already know everything there is to know about it, there's going to be no new information in this video. I just want to go over what we know so far, kind of put it all into one video with some evidence, some pictures, and everything else. So, a couple weeks ago there was a new assignment called Phantom Trainee. We know it's related to an Easter egg in Battlefield 4 on the new Naval Strike maps, but it has yet to be figured out, and we're at a little bit of a lull right now, a little bit confused. There's a lot of information thrown at us, and it's a bit tough to figure out. So, back in China Rising, there was an assignment called Phantom Prospect. So if you go to leaderboards and click on the little phantom symbol at the bottom, that'll lead you to a passwords page. The first password was figured out to be Bump in the Night, and now that will unlock Phase 2. Phase 2 we do not know the password to yet, but I think that a lot of this stuff that we are hearing about has to do with the password. I also think that this Easter egg entails something physical, but maybe later on in one of the DLCs. Last Stand is presumed to have a nuke, and so we'll have to see. What we know so far is on the Lost Island Squad Deathmatch, where it all really started, this Easter egg, is finding the name on a locker that says Kevin Simpson 1942. You can search around and you'll find that none of the other lockers have this name on it. You may still be thinking even after that so what, it's just graphics on a locker. But I beg to differ. If you go to kevinsimpson1942.com, there's a picture and a sound file on it. The picture, as you can see, is a ladder with some other strange stuff that I'll get into in a second. If you're still thinking, it's just a coincidence, the domain records actually show that the owner of the webpage is a DICE community manager named Jonas Elfing. So we know that this is related definitely to Battlefield. There's also a Battlelog person in Battlelog, or a player who played one game, and his name is also Kevin Simpson 1942, which I'll be getting into that also in a second. So this is definitely not a coincidence. It's a big thing. So in the picture on kevinsimpson1942.com, we found obviously a ladder with a strange paper roll. There's a sign on the side of the ladder which is presumed to be a sign for either Neptune or a rune. I think it's a rune. There's also a bottle with 500 on the ground. And behind the ladder there's a picture on the ground, which is hard to make out what it is exactly. Finally, there's a Photoshop post-it note with the sign M for Scorpio on it. As you go on, you go and find Kevin Simpson 1942 in Battlelog, and you can see there's a poem and a bunch of other weird stuff on this page. He has an emblem that is very notable. It has 4 planets, as you can see. It originally had 3 on it, which order are 4, 3, 6, because we think it is Earth, Mars, and Saturn. The emblem was changed on the night of the 26th of March, and as I said before, we think it's Earth, Mars, Saturn, and then the little gray one is Titan, Saturn's moon. The reasoning behind them putting in and adding Titan is because they want to distinguish it from Saturn, because Uranus also has a ring but has no moon. So we are believing that this is Earth, Mars, Saturn, which makes out the numbers 4, 3, 6. What is also interesting is on all of the generators on Naval Strike, there is a number 436 on all of the generators. This also ties into a largely astrological type theme with the runes and the Scorpio, the zodiacs, everything like that. The player played one game in Operation Locker and got killed, so we think Operation Locker may have something to do with this, but that's a little doubtful. I don't know. The original poem said, "I appreciate your diligence. There is much that needs to be said, but this is hardly the time or place for giving you all the intel. On that damaged ship I was the wreck, tuning guitars without strings, unglamorous work cleaning the deck. How did they dare clip my wings? Try again, JF." This is later updated to a new poem or riddle which says, "I made it out clearly and currently relocating. A minor setback, but progress is being made. Many trying to derail this train. Trust no one. Let me out, let me live, escape my prison, take my hand and forgive the broken man risen. In this journey, in this lie, reach for me and reach for the sky. Save your mind, singer of life. So as you can tell on the left, the poem makes out the letters Letters. Letters. We don't know exactly what this is, but maybe look for some letters of some sort. It's also noticeable that at the bottom it says try again JF. Eggs taste better with friends. Assuming that eggs, meaning Easter eggs, taste better with friends, probably it takes multiple people to unlock this Easter egg. There's a camera, and this is where it gets rather interesting, on Noncha Strike in a tunnel by the D flag. As you can tell, it locks onto you, and there are a couple ghost sayings. I'll let you listen now. So obviously those sounds are pretty creepy. We think that they say stay away, leave now, and presumed let me out. There's also some groaning which we can't really make out. But there's also a light right next to the door which blinks Morse code presumably. The Morse would say EWA, which has been related to some other things, but nothing too big has popped up. Also notable is if you shine a flashlight into the camera, the blinking red light turns white every other time, which is somewhat interesting. Also, if you grab a EOD bot or an MAV, put it in front of the camera, you can listen closely and hear people mining. I'll let you listen. Also, if you bring this EOD bot or MAV out to the front, you can hear sort of a mechanical sound that sounds to me a little bit like a heartbeat. To go along with all of this weird stuff happening by the so-called camera door, there's text right next to the door which translates to Project 273, prepare for war, prepare for famine, for the sake of the people. This text comes directly from a book called Mayo's War Against Nature, Politics and the Environment. The book has a lot of references to things in Battlefield 4, dams and things, trains, things that we see on the maps. It also references the South China Sea and nukes, which is very interesting and brings up the question, will we see that in Last Stand? Overall, everything is definitely very interesting, and it's hard to figure out. The poems, the riddles, the emblems, it's hard to put it all together, and I think there may be two parts to it, and maybe we might be mixing information, taking it all too far. But this is just some stuff that we know right now, trying to put it all into one video and show you guys, just help you guys that are new to trying to figure this out. So, happy searching. Hope you're having a good day. See you later. Bye.